Alright guys, we're here with break number 510. I'm not sure why the title was all jacked up and didn't switch. But this is the Origins break. I switched the title on Facebook for YouTube. Definitely did not have the correct title, so I apologize for that. But I definitely switched it on Facebook. Like I said, I'm really not sure why the title didn't change in the original time I typed it in, and then the Streamlabs like reset itself as soon as I went live, and then but still posted the live video. So I'm assuming something glitched out in it. Is what it is. I was gonna say the title doesn't matter. We got everybody here. I tagged everybody in, and I put the correct link, so it is what it is. We have Charm City, Cowrican Jr., Project 2020, Ben Baller to the card. Give him a nice rub on the 8 boxes for the Origins. You guys have already seen this broken. The first half of this case, we have 2 autographs, 1 memorabilia card. Typically have 1 on-card autograph for this. Good luck to everybody. Having a hit kind of night here is the next breakup is a full case HTA Bowman Chrome. So, and that's just 36 cards. That whole case is going to be 36 cards, all autographs. So, it's one of those nights. More than likely, we're going to have to get up to get more 75-point top loaders. But other than that, we should be good to go. Maybe some 130s, but I should have enough 130s. Actually, I might have enough stuff right next to me, but we'll see. Get your autograph guesses in. What I am going to require for now for autograph guesses, because I have some of them jotted down, but I don't have all of them jotted down. If you guess an autograph correctly, please direct message me after the break so I can add it into the Charm City points. We have 98 out of 299 going to the Bengals and Jamar Chase, because that's going to be the easiest for me to keep track of it, just because there's so much of it. Nice Jamar Chase there. Obviously, he came back today. We have DeAndre Swift, 174 out of 199, going to the Lions. So the Bengals are John, and the Lions are Jimmy Waller this time around. Let me tag Jimmy to make sure he was in that list. I'm not sure if he was. Just in case he wasn't. Then we're going to have Saquon Barkley on the Origins. Found our case hit. The all-white Aaron Rodgers. And that's going to be going to the Packers. And Travis Greenwood, who grabbed them just in the second half. In his first break, I think he might be Ryan Greenwood's brother or cousin. But a nice Aaron Rodgers hit here. Going to the Packers. Next up, we have Tyquan Thornton. 43 out of 75. Hey, Jimmy, I just had to make sure. I think I forgot you on the tag. That's all. I seen your name on the list, and I was like, oh, boy. I think I might have not tagged him. We got Tyquan Thornton going to Tom Scarberry and the Patriots. Next up, we have Velus Jones Jr. Going to the Bears and Robert Sellers. And Chris, I'm not giving you any Charm City points. We have Kenny Pickett on the RPA going to Tom Scarberry. I feel like you cheated somehow. Had to see through the pack. Can't honor it. I'm just kidding. Nice Kenny Pickett here for Tom Scarberry and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, these photos were taken during the Panini Pro Day where they did all the pictures, because he doesn't have gloves on. Even on the box, he doesn't have gloves on, and he wears gloves on both hands to even play, even if it's the dead of summer. Let's see. So that is box number 1 down. Case it and a big autograph on the Pickett. Did I say case? I meant box if I said case. We're going to have a 16 out of 25 for the Rams on the Aaron Donald. Still one of the best defensive players in the league. And that's going to Megan. You have Deebo Samuel, who I believe got hurt today, if I'm not mistaken. On the orange, 28 out of 199. Anybody popping in here to find the HTA, let me know. The HTA break, that'll be up after this. Like I said, probably roughly 11:30-ish start. I don't see this taking much longer than 20 more minutes. Origins is only 7 cards per box. So, Deebo Samuel there. I have Derek Carr and Eli Mitchell as the 2 base cards. One of the Raiders and the 49ers. I don't know, are the base cards selling for a couple bucks, I'm assuming. I mean, I would assume there's somebody that wants to build the set. We're going to have a 150 out of 199 jumbo patch for Traylon Burks. And that's going to the Titans. Titans belong to Megan. Going to have Eazy-E going to the Dolphins. The Finns are Michael Becker. And we're going to have a Chris Olave RPA. So 2 nice, good names to start us off RPA-wise. It's going to the Saints and BJ. We have Deebo Samuel, 79 out of 299, going to Nathan Zaran. So Nathan here getting 2 Deebo Samuels to start us off. Got the 199 and the 299. Got Derrick Henry for the Titans. Justin Ross on the photo variation for the Chiefs. Like I mentioned when I was doing the 6-person personal Bowman Chrome, Absolute Football does come out this week, I believe Friday. I probably won't have a whole case Friday. We got 77 out of 199. Probably won't have it till, I would admit, Saturday probably, but I should have a few boxes on Friday. And a nice Garrett Wilson here on the patch. Had a good game today for the Jets. We have Romeo Doubs for the Packers going to Travis Greenwood in his first break, so congratulations, Travis. And I don't know who Redemption is in Origins. There's quite a few people. We got Wan'Dale Robinson on the rookie jumbo jersey autographs going to the Giants. He did sign some cards, though, so I'm really confused why there is a redemption of him. That is going to the Giants and Chris Arndt, part of the closing teams. And maybe because there was a few Wan'Dale Robinsons hit in the first half, people didn't want to take the Giants, but does not seem to be how Panini cases work. Is be the same guy in there about 8 times. Just never know. Get into box number 4. this half case. Just put us halfway there. Got Kyle Pitts on the 20 out of 299 for the Falcons. Going to be Chris Arndt. Joe Burrow, 170 out of 199. Going to the Bengals. We have Mac Jones, who actually tore it up this week on Thanksgiving. Amari Cooper. Been tearing it up all year. Going to have a 23 out of 49 Aiden Hutchinson on the tricolor patch. And this patch is dope. And he's probably a happy man as Big Blue beats Ohio State 2 years in a row. He's a big part of them. Michigan finally beat Ohio State last year, but this year, no longer there. So I'm sure he's proud of his boys. Gonna have David Bell for the Cleveland Browns going to Samantha on the autograph on card. No, just the base. And we've seen this man a lot. Sauce Gardner for the Jets, 44 out of 75 on the RPA. Going to BJ. Halfway through, 3 out of the 4 RPAs are big names, guys that are impact players for their teams this year. Olave, Sauce, and Kenny Pickett. Then we have Wan'Dale Robinson, who's actually becoming a bigger part of the offense in the back on the redemption. Aaron Jones, 190 out of 199 to the Packers. Deontay Johnson, 112 out of 299. The Steelers and Tom Scarberry. Got A.J. Dillon. I have Kenny Pickett, and I believe this is a photo variation for Kenny Pickett. Yeah, for the Detroit Lions, 27 out of 99 on the Amon-Ra St. Brown. Going to Jimmy Waller. Memorabilia. I have Brian Robinson Jr. for the Commanders. I hardly ever say this about the Steelers because I really do think Tomlin has done relatively well in his career, but I think the whole team this year for the Steelers has been very poorly coached. And then we're going to have Zamir White going to the Raiders and Joe Olinger. For the Commanders were Natalie. Had him in the first half, picked him up again in the second half, so... Be right back. I could go grab more 130s. I mean, there's been a lot of bad coaching in general this year around the NFL. I think even Salah today, sitting Zach Wilson, I get why he sat him. But now everyone's going to think that, watch, Mike White's going to have a terrible game next weekend, and they think he had a really good, I mean, he had a really good game today, but played a Bears defense. It's horrible. Like, if you play a guy that has little film that has decent arm talent with all the weapons, I mean, they're going to do good until people can watch game film on their tendencies and you play a decent defense. Like, just the way it goes. And there's been a lot of NFL this year, defense-wise, there's a lot of bad defenses in the NFL, which is kind of crazy because there's even worse offenses. Got Mac Jones for the Patriots. Going to be a 79 out of 299. Going to Tom Scarberry. $43 out of 75. Going to the Cowboys and Steve Samaniego. We have Dallas Goedert and John Mechie the third. John Mechie the third. Got Najee Harris on the 21 out of 99 for the memorabilia. I mean, there was no need to prove it. He was. I mean, it's once again, you can't play bad defenses and be like, oh, the quarterback's really, really good. Like, that's what happened with Zappy. We got Treylon Burks going to the Titans. This guy's getting an expanded role with the Titans now. And Megan Kuhn. Keen Kuhn. And we have John Mechie the third for the Texans going to Josh Webb on the RPA. Well, I said that was shenanigans when it happened. I do think Zappy will probably get a chance to go play somewhere, though. I'm sure he'll get the good old Matt Castle treatment. Not paid like Matt Castle did, but I'm sure somebody will give him a chance that needs a quarterback next year. That the Patriots will trade him to. I'm sure. I want to have Tua. It's going to be 153 out of 199. Going to Michael Becker. Kadarius Toney, 49 out of 299, going to the Giants. Obviously, he's part of the Chiefs now. Got Terry McLaurin and Nick Chubb on the base cards. We got Sky Moore with the big old juicy patch. 47 out of 49 on the jumbo. Going to the Chiefs. And Chris Arndt. We have Desmond Ridder for the Falcons. Which one's this kid going to get a chance? And we got David Bell, 6 out of 75 with a hideous patch. Going to Samantha. I'm sure that's supposed to be like their sleeve or something. I don't even know. Looks like that's a sleeve. The RPA. And that puts us through 7 boxes. Let's get into the last box. Might even be a little bit ahead of schedule for that HTA case. We have Darnell Mooney and Kadarius Toney. Darnell Mooney's a 13 out of 75. Kadarius Toney's a 72 out of 99. I don't know why I thought these were the base cards, so that's my apologies. We'll put up the Mooney in a second here. Kadarius Toney going to the Giants and Chris Arndt. No, Samantha always had the Browns. Steve, you had the Cowboys. She bought the Browns in the second half, but when it was still ×2, she bought the Browns. So I don't know where you thought you had the Browns, but if you did, I'll refund you if you paid for it. You guys have a relatively similar name, I guess, so maybe you thought it was you. We have Mike Evans and Sauce Gardner on the variation. James Cook on the jumbo patch, 171 out of 199. We have Hassan Haskins going to the Titans. And Megan. We have David Bell, 52 out of 99 for the Browns. I don't want to give my opinion on the Bills because me and Chris are just going to get an argument about it. I think the Bills are highly overrated, and I think Josh Allen's overrated, but I've always said that. We have 52 out of 99. I think him and Joe Burrow are the 2 most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. And David Bell with the Cleveland Browns. Because, in my opinion, a lot of Josh Allen's success is, yeah, he can run and do all that stuff. Super athletic. Freak of an athlete. Like, don't get me wrong. He's a great arm. He's a good football player. But he's much like Lamar Jackson is. He's inconsistent. And whenever the legs aren't there or you can't make consistent throws or a team stops the run or there's just no... I don't think that at an end of a game, if you need a throw, I'd rather have Mahomes or Herbert or Aaron Rodgers over. I would have Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. If they take away the run and the ability to move out of the pocket, are you going to consistently get the throws the entire game you need for 4 straight games to win a Super Bowl? Even 3 straight games to win a Super Bowl. I don't think you're going to get that out of Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. Now, can they both win Super Bowls? 100%. They're super talented. They're top 10 quarterbacks for sure. Everyone tries to put those guys in the top 3 with Mahomes or the top 5 with Mahomes and Rodgers and whoever else. And I just don't think they're 100% top 5 guys. Seems like I'm over it. Josh Allen is 100. Watch his throws, dude. He's inconsistent. There's times where he throws off his back foot still, and he's like year 5. You cannot be the elite number 1 guarantee. Like, people think people speak of Josh Allen in the same breath as Mahomes. They're not close. Mahomes is by far the best quarterback in the league right now. We have Sauce Gardner for the Jets. Darnell Mooney out of 75. Kadarius Toney out of 99. Out of 299, Kadarius Toney for the Giants again. The Dolphins out of 199, Tua. The Cowboys... Ezekiel Elliott out of 75. Mac Jones out of 299. Kenny Pickett on the photo variation. Deontay Johnson out of 299. Like I said, I mean, Joe Flacco for 5 games was super consistent. Got paid $40 million a year or whatever it was. Doesn't mean Joe Flacco's better than Ben Roethlisberger or anybody in his division at the time. He just had a good stretch of games. Josh Allen, there'll be times where Josh Allen will run off 8 games and he'll look like he's the best quarterback in the league, but he's inconsistent. Aaron Jones, 190 out of 199 for the Packers. Joe Burrow out of 199. Kyle Pitts out of 299. Justin Ross out for the Chiefs. Debo Samuel out of 299. The Justin Ross was a photo variation. Out of 199, Debo Samuel. Aaron Donald out of 25. Out of 199, DeAndre Swift. Jamar Chase out of 299. That is going to be the parallels. Getting into the memorabilia, we're going to have James Cook out of 199. Sky Moore out of 49. Najee Harris out of 99. Going to have St. Brown out of 99. Aiden Hutchinson out of 49. Sauce Gardner out of 199. Traylon Burks out of 199. Tyquan Thornton out of 75. Getting into the autographs, we're going to have the David Bell RPA out of 99. Make that times 2 as we have 1 out of 75. Both of them going to Samantha and the Browns. Traylon Burke going to the Titans and Megan. Wan'Dale Robinson going to the Giants on the RPA, and Chris Arndt. This is Velus Jones Jr. going to the Bears and Sellers. David Bell going to the Browns and Samantha. Traylon Burks going to Megan. We're going to have Eazy-E going to the Dolphins and Michael Becker. In the back row, finally got ourselves a Desmond Ridder. We haven't seen one in a while. We have Zamir White on the RPA going to Joe Olinger. Going to have for the Texans John Mechie III. Desmond Ridder for the Falcons, and that's going to Chris Arndt. Romeo Doubs going to the Packers, and Travis Greenwood. Brian Robinson, the junior, going to the Commanders, and Natalie. I have Chris Olave on the RPA going to BJ. Aaron Rodgers on the case hit, which I can't remember exactly what these all-white ones are called off the top of my head. There's an exact name for the parallel, and I can't think. It's like the blank. It's like blank something, right? It's on this side. Blank slate. Going to the Packers. See, that's why I didn't want to talk about it, Mike, because I already knew. We had Sauce Gardner, 44 out of 75. We had this discussion here more than once. To the Jets, been locked down this year, other than he got shit on a little bit today by Chase Claypool, but I mean, the Bears are bad, so it is what it is. We have Kenny Pickett on the RPA going to Tom Scarberry, the second of 2 RPA Kenny Pickett's in each half of the cases, so nice hit there for Tom. A little dry on the Patriots for Tom. That is the break, boys. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I mean, Josh Allen is an elite quarterback. He is a guy that there's days where he's going to be top 2, top 3 quarterbacks, but he's inconsistent, which is why he cannot be mentioned in the same breath as Patrick Mahomes. I used to say the same thing, though, about they'd have the same argument with Lamar Jackson whenever Russell Wilson was tearing it up. Now, Russell Wilson's a turd sandwich this year, so I can't use Russell Wilson as an argument. But Russell Wilson was a guy, you know exactly what you're going to get every single week. You're going to get yourself 2 touchdowns, a guy that's going to throw 250. He's not going to make mistakes. It's going to be, for Russell Wilson, there's games where you throw 5 touchdowns. There's games where everybody's going to throw a couple picks. I mean, but guys like Brady, Peyton Manning, you always knew what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get from Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen week in and week out. There's going to be games where they carry the whole team. They'll win a game single-handedly. And there's other guys in the league that can't do that. But that doesn't mean he's a great quarterback. Like, it doesn't mean that he's automatically a top 3 quarterback because he can carry a team by himself for one game. He has to do that every single week, and he doesn't do it every single week right now. And right now with the elbow injury, he's garbage. He should after he tore his UCL's probably torn. He probably needs Tommy John. And honestly, I would have probably tried to see if there was a way to have a doctor talk about surgery, but I don't think they want to mention anything because if it's that bad, he might actually have to be sat down for the year. It might be against like something medically. He said also Rose needs to be in the Hall of Fame. I never said Pete Rose doesn't need to be in the Hall of Fame. I just think Pete Rose is overrated. But that's a different discussion. We'll talk about that during baseball. I'll bring that back up to start baseball. Pete Rose is 100% overrated as the best hitter ever in baseball. Hall of Famer for sure. No doubt about it. But he's not the best hitter. Not even close to the best pure hitter ever. That would be Gwynn or Ichiro. So that's a whole different sport and topic. You guys have a good night. I'll see you guys in we'll go 7 minutes to